As Fian arrives in the capital, and her eye is blinded by how much the tower covers the night sky. The tower's at the center of the capital, towering over the rest of the city. As Fian tries to get an understanding of the structure of the tower, she takes note of how heavily guarded the entrance is. Firstly, a giant moat surrounds the main stairs to the courtyard. The main stairs serve as the first obstacle. Soldiers on every other step of the stairs. If you can get past the main stairs, you approach the courtyard. However, since the stairs are so high, Fian can't see what's inside. Fian goes around the capital, trying to gather as much information as she can about the blueprints of the king's estate. She first goes to the bar, where she overhears the guards talking about who is getting the next shift at guarding the outer gate. "Hey, how was your shift today?" the guard with the beard asked. "This was the longest 12 hours of the week. The only action I saw was a grandma kicking at a bird." "Yeah, same. I don't know why they give us such long shifts." Using this information, she knew that the guards get really tired at the end of their shifts, since they work so long. She wanders around the gate, trying to see if she can take a peek inside. In correspondence with her information, the guards switched at 2 in the morning. She manages to catch a glimpse inside and sees the courtyard completely empty. She suspects that there might be a minefield or other traps. She senses that these guards are fairly weak and tired, so barges in through the gate, fighting her way through. The guards seem pretty experienced, since they fought her with no plans or formations. "Everyone just get her!" the captain of the team shouted. The guards at the bottom of the stairs tried charging at her, but she was quick enough to evade all their attacks, and managed to knock every single guard down with a strike to the throat. The guards at the middle, however, were a problem. "Fire!" the squad leader yelled. More than 30 guards were all shooting at Fian. She immediately uses telekinesis to stop the bullets, and shoot it right back. The captain at the top of the stairs is shocked. "How did you get past all of us?" "Your efforts are too weak," Fian slickly replies. Fian dashes right through with her blade, slicing the captain in half. As Fian enters the courtyard, to her surprise, someone jumps right behind her. She manages to react at the last second. Shocked, Fian says, "Who are you? I didn't even sense your presence." "My name is Lowen. I am one of the 3 Eyes, the king's hand-picked soldiers. Each soldier is a master at their craft. Teleportation, telekinesis, and the knife user. I happen to be a teleportation master. If you work with the king, then you deserve to die." Lowen immediately uses her teleportation to surround Fian. "This is my hidden technique, Cadence Step." Lowen whispers behind Fian's ear. Cadence Step is a technique where Lowen can teleport at a certain speed that makes it seem that there are multiple Lowens surrounding Fian. Lowen launches a flurry of fast attacks from all directions. Fian isn't able to react and is left stunned. However, after getting hit 50 times, she finally understands Lowen's pattern. "Stupid," Fian whispers as she points her blade right behind her, stabbing Lowen in the upper shoulder. "How is this possible?" Lowen asks. "You're too predictable." Fian chops the head off Lowen. Fian enters the tower and takes the elevator to the 2nd floor. As soon as the door opens, knives are shot at her. She can't see who's using telekinesis. The flurry of knives is too much. Fian did the same thing with the bullets. She created a protective force field to stop the knives. She runs forward and turns the corner, since the knives are coming down from the center corridor. To her surprise, the knives that she deflected start following her. She remembers Lois's advice on how to beat telekinesis masters. Everyone has a blind spot. Utilize this and make them injure themselves. Fian does this, shredding the telekinesis body. Upon further inspection, the girl that was shredded was only 6. She was blonde with pigtails, big blue eyes that looked like they were in fear, and a dress too small. She was hugging a bunny with a heart that had the name of the user on it. However, it was too destroyed that Fian could not make out the name. "What did I just do?" Fian screams in guilt. "How can the king let such a little girl experience death? I don't have time for this. The king needs to die now." In anger, Fian blasts a hole in the ceiling, leaping up to the next floor. As soon as she lands on the 3rd floor, a dark figure appears before her, with a knife pointed at her neck. Fian could see that the knife user was very skilled, and both stealth and wielding the knife. The figure held the knife very firmly, wore a mask and a long robe. Instinctively, Fian throws a punch and hits the air. The figure ducks and stabs Fian's stomach. Already enraged from the last fight, she takes hold of the knife, and roundhouse kicks the figure in front of her. Fian can hear a subtle moan from a mane. "You bitch, how could you kick me there?" the man said. "Whoops, sorry, but I'm in a hurry." Fian unmasks the figure, and it is revealed that he was a red. Unmercifully, Fian rips out the heart of the man and proceeds to the king's quarters up ahead. There, the man she is looking for, Joan, is just sitting in his chair. He stares outside the window, sitting on a large velvet chair facing the sunrise. He takes a puff from his cigar, puts it down, and approaches Fian. "What do you want, Silver?" "It is time for your death, Joan. You have suppressed us Reds for too long." "What do you mean? You Reds only have one purpose. You work to give energy to our weapon, Franks." "A what?" "Franks. After you give us the energy that it needs, we will be able to wipe out the entire Red population." "No!" Fian rushes into Joan. Fian and Joan collide violently with their swords in hand. "Tell me why!" Fian shouts. Joan quickly closes in on Fian. "No way!" Joan says. He jumps in the ear, unleashing a powerful downward kick. Fian leaps into the air away from Joan, while his kick destroys the floor. As she descends, she swings down with her sword. Joan blocks with his sword and uses telekinesis to shoot the rubble at Joan. Fian lands on the ground. Immediately, Joan wraps his hand with the rubble and delivers a storm of punches. Fian manages to get up and relentlessly shoots beams at Joan. "Come on, why are you being so defensive?" Fian exclaims. He takes a step back, and Fian teleports right behind him, stabbing him in the back. However, at the last moment, Joan uses telekinesis to wrap his coat around Fian's hands. Nice try, but I've seen this too many times. Joan slashes Fian, leaving 52 cuts on her body. "You Reds have no place in this world. You will stay slaves to this society. I heard that your brother was executed. You should be glad that your brother was killed. Now you can join him." "No, please," Fian softly speaks. She closes her eyes, and she remembers the day when her brother was executed. She remembers the rage that filled her body. Joan raises his sword above his head, striking down his sword to her chest. Her eyes open. Her chest emits the destruction beam. This is the same beam she shot at the execution. Joan is fired in the air, plummeting to the ground. Fian raises her sword in the same manner. However, he is too weak to raise a finger. "Hold on a minute, please. I'll work something out." Fian swings down, but makes sure to stop the blade right in between his eyes. "You're coming with me," Fian says as she drags Joan out of the room. In the next chapter, Fian works out a deal with Joan. As she returns home, she is met with riots and boos, as the Red population is furious that she didn't kill Joan.